In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve the equation 3x equals 9. And we're going to do it two ways. We're going to do it with algebra tiles, and we're going to do it with written algebra. Now let's be clear, probably quite a lot of people could look at this equation, and this means 3 times some unknown value is 9. Probably quite a lot of people could figure out what that unknown value is there. So my goal in this video isn't really to help you learn what the unknown value is. My goal is to show you how can we represent this with tiles, and how can we show our thinking really clearly and work in sort of a procedural way with the tiles and with the written algebra. All right, so then if you understand how to write and how to show the solutions to this easier equation, then you'll understand how to do it when the equations are harder and when you can't just solve them in your head. All right, so we'll start with the algebra tiles. I like to put my algebra tiles on a little tiny balance that I draw, just because it helps me remember that this means that the two sides of the equation are the same. They're nicely balanced. And that reminds me, if I do an operation to one side of the equation, I also have to do it to the other side. Otherwise it would go out of balance and the two sides wouldn't be equal anymore. So with the algebra tiles I'm using, this is what my variable tiles look like. They're red on one side and green on the other. And I'm using it so that red is negative. In this equation I don't have any negatives, so we won't see any red. So 3x is 3 variable tiles. We'll put them right there. Put them however you want on that side. And then on the other side I should have 9. And again, my tiles are red on one side, but this is positive 9, so I'll just use the kind of beigey side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, perfect. So if I have this on one side and that on the other side, my equation here is balanced. My balance is balanced, my two sides are equal. Now, with the algebra side, we'll write down 3x equals 9. I've just copied the equation there. All right, so what it means to solve an equation is to figure out what the value of the unknown quantity is here. What value of x would make 3 times x 9? So we talk a lot about isolating the variable, about getting the variable all alone on one side of the equation, because then when we have our written algebra, it'll look like x equals something. And on our balance scale, there'll just be one variable tile on one side, and then there'll be a number on the other side. All right, so we have 3 x's. What we'd really like to know is just what 1 x is. So sort of visually, it's maybe a little bit clear that if we just split these up into 3 equal groups, then we'd know what each group is worth. So each of these equal groups is worth 1 x tile. All right, so that's how we can sort of represent this. Now, sometimes it takes a moment for people to think, like, what operation are we doing here? Well, we broke the things into 3 equal groups, and then we're going to pay attention to just one sort of group of each. And the operation of that is, of course, is division. So what we did is we just divided each side by 3. So here's how I'm going to write this. If you have another color, it's a nice touch to use a nice color. First of all, I copy the equation again, show what I have, and then I'm going to use my other color to show what I do. So I'm going to use this division symbol here, divided by 3 and divided by 3. If you want to use that division symbol too, that's also fine. So 3x divided by 3 is equal to 9 divided by 3. So now I'm going to finish up the division over here with my algebra tiles. I've split it into 3 groups, but if you think about what we do when we're dividing with numbers, we split into 3 groups and then we think about, well, what's into equal groups, and then we think, well, what's in just one of the groups? So I'm going to do that. I've split into my groups, and now I'm going to get rid of the rest. I'm going to leave only one group. So there I've divided it by 3. So here I had 3x divided by 3 equals x. So I can write that with my tiles. 3x divided by 3, that's x. And then on the other side I had 9 divided by 3, and that's equal to 3. So this is the solution to my equation. That means, and probably many people had gotten this just in their heads beforehand, 3 times 3 is 9. I'm going to show you quickly how to check that. We'll write check, so it's clear for someone looking at our work that we're just double checking things. So I'll copy the equation again, 3x equals 9, and I'll write is 3 times 3. Now the way I'm going to write 3 times 3 is I'm going to put the x that we're substituting, our value of x, I'm going to put that into brackets. I don't like to use x as a multiplication symbol when I'm doing algebra because I get it mixed up with a variable x. So is 3 times 3 equal to 9, question mark? Yeah, it is. 3 times 3 is 9. So is 9 equal to 9? And yes, it's super easy now. Super obvious now. Yes. So x equals 3 is a solution to 3x equals 9. All right. Good luck solving your equations with algebra tiles and with written algebra.